Crystal Pepsi. This is a major nostalgia moment for me. I actually had one of these yesterday. Um, but I think it's clever marketing that it's more, you see it more often now as far as, oh, we're going to have a special Crystal Pepsi. And all the people who were kids when I was a kid, we're all grown up now. We're all nostalgia nerds. So, yeah, of course we're going to buy this shit. Um, but like I said yesterday, in my vlog yesterday, it's only available in one cooler at the front of Walmart. That's it. So I don't know if it's just, you know, testing the waters or teasing the hell out of us old nerds. However, we did discover that it's just not the same, and it is admittedly not the same. Chris had mentioned something about it being a little citrusy back when it originally came out. I'm gonna have to take his word for it because I remember being so addicted to it, and it was a really big treat for me when I was younger. And it's okay now, you know, nothing spectacular about it. It tastes a little lighter, but still just okay. I don't know. It's not terrible. I'd probably drink it again. But it's not as flavorful as I remember. But then again, you know, back when I was little, sodas were coming in little glass bottles out of the machines. So I remember in the 7th grade, I was living in New Jersey. I lived in Cape May, New Jersey. I mean, technically I lived in the Villas, but you know, it's a lower township area, so we went to school in North Cape May. Titleman, I believe. Titleman Junior High. And it was right behind the Titleman High School. No, Regional High School. It was a regional high school, and behind it was Titleman Junior High. It was definitely a very complicated experience because the schedules were so crazy. I'm not even going to go into that. I just know that they were really, really crazy. And everyone loved Tuesdays because we had what was called late Tuesdays, where we would go in an hour later and one of our classes would be canceled. Whatever the last class was, that would probably be canceled. But now it's not 8th period that was canceled. Like, it wasn't the 8th class you had, because it would be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8 classes. But it would be like one day, either one day or 1 week. I don't remember how it changed. I think it changes every day. But it'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then the next day it would be 2, 3, 5. No, 2, 3, 6, 4, 5, 7, 8, 1. It was crazy. It would constantly go around. The only classes that were stable were the 4th and 5th period because those were lunch periods. So those would be your 4th class was your homeroom, and that was what would determine if you would go, what lunch you would go to. But on Tuesdays, the very last class of the day was gone, and we got to come in an hour later. And it was even better for the high schoolers because they always started an hour before the junior high. So it wasn't everybody on one bus. It would be like elementary school got one bus, the junior high got one bus, the high school got one bus. And the high school would start earlier. And any high schoolers that were late could always catch the junior high bus, and the bus drivers normally let them off at the high school, which was in the same campus area as the junior high. But I digress. I was in the drama club in the 7th grade, and our production was called Hollywood Hillbillies. So it was basically a knockoff version of the Beverly Hillbillies. Um, it was a fun experience. I was the prop one of the prop managers, so I was basically behind the scenes and setting up props and giving props out. Every so often, if during the rehearsals, if the person at the curtain wasn't there, I was learning how to do the curtain, because there are certain times when you don't pull, certain times when you close, and all stuff like that. My best friend was actually the curtain person, um, and but yeah, when we would be rehearsing, we'd take a break in the middle, and there would always be somebody there selling chips, cookies, candy, stuff like that. So we always could pay for something to eat. But we also had a soda machine in the cafeteria. Now, this was a time, or at least an area, where it was there, but it was for the teachers and after school. We were not allowed to have access to it. It's there, but we're not allowed to technically purchase sodas from the machine during lunches. I don't understand that either. You pretty much got whatever you brought or whatever you picked up at the lunch lines. But when Crystal Pepsi came out, that was one of the things in there. So after school, when we were doing the rehearsals and stuff, during our break, I would always get a bottle of the Crystal Pepsi, and it was about this size. They were small, but made of glass at the time. Nothing beats a soda out of a glass bottle, but I'm definitely happy that they've gone to plastic bottles too, because we're a bunch of clumsy people, so don't think I like that too much. But as a treat, we still get it. But yeah, that's kind of my memory of it, and I kind of missed it, not like obsessively, um, but it was nice to see it again. I think I had tried it once before, but I didn't remember this experience. Um, so yeah, that's basically what I thought about it coming out. I'm like, I let out the biggest guess, like, oh, you need to give me one of those. So we ended up getting two. So I drank one on the spot because I was hot and thirsty, and I got one for later. I'm going to drink this with my lunch today, which I will start eating after I end this vlog. That's about it. We're not really, not really a whole lot of updates. And tonight we will be doing the New Year's broadcast. It will be from 10 to 3, 10 p.m. Excuse me, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that should about cover it. Then, people in like California would just be hitting their midnight mark. So we still aren't entirely sure what we're doing. I kind of want to do a Sassy Stories, and I know I can fill that length. So we're going to see what we can find today. I'm going to send Sarius off to find some stories for me. It might be creepypastas. It might be fairy tales. I was going to read fairy tales, but Arachne suggested something New Year's themed. So we're going to see what we can find. I don't know. We're going to, if I can't do that, if for some reason we just decide we just can't do it, and there's little reason why we shouldn't, we're probably going to play Cards Against Humanity or Town of Salem. I think it depends on how many people join us. I think Shannon says she probably wouldn't be here because she's going somewhere else to do New Year's, unless she pops up later. Who knows? But 3 people, I mean, you can play Cards Against Humanity with 3 people, but it's not as fun. You need at least 4 people to make it fun. It's, so it just depends. So we'll see what happens. I'm not sure if we're just going to do one continuous broadcast for everything we do. We might. Probably gonna have to put links on the video if we end up doing several things. So we might do Cards Against Humanity for a while. We might do Town of Salem for a while. We might do Sassy Stories for a while. And I'll just put links to, skip ahead to whatever part you want to see. But for the most part, we're just also, bullshitting. We might also play a little niche. I don't know. We'll just kind of, we'll be a little natural, but we will be sending people out to search for stories for me to be sassy with. So hopefully we'll see you there. Spread the word, because we would like to have the interaction. And yes, by the way, we are a little slow to get to the pop-out chat because we're used to nobody being there. So if we get people, be patient. We're not used to actually having people show up during the broadcast. They normally come in after and watch it recorded. But yeah, if you want to come hang out with us and chit chat with us and whatever, just be patient with us. And if you want to, be a little persistent, but don't be nasty. And one of us will have the pop-out chat open. I probably won't, because I'll probably be hosting. It just depends. So yeah, we'll just kind of roll with it tonight. So until later, this is pretty much all I have to say. And be safe this New Year's Eve.